Hey, did you hear? The revenue reboot is open. I know that you have been showing up and you've been trying. It is not that you have not, but you are ready to stop doing random things with your marketing. Stop putting out random messaging. Stop putting out random content. Stop having this up and down confidence mindset, doubt, scattered energy. You are ready to step into this next level of who you are truly called to be. And we want to give you the blueprint to do that in literally 6 weeks. In 6 weeks, you can go from random and reckless revenue to systematic and strategic sales. And we are going to help you do it. In the next couple of clips, you are about to hear my close friends and I talk about all the things that we love about each other's work. So one thing that we really love, especially as Black women coaches and consultants in the industry who have a combined 52 years of experience, we love giving each other our flowers. And what better way to do that than to share what we love about each other's work, but also why it's going to help you make more money, right? Bring in more of the clients that you really desire and deserve into your business and take it to the next level. So go ahead and check us out. Listen to us interview each other about what we love about each other's work. And more importantly, think about what having that type of support is going to do for you and your business over this next 6 weeks so that we can activate your next level revenue reboot. We'll see you inside. Something that I love about Alicia's work when she's focused on, first of all, Alicia is like, there's marketing, there's operations, there's funnels all in one. And so what I love about Alicia is her invitation to truly think beyond just this moment. So when I first met the ladies, I was always so like focused on whatever it is that I was doing. And I love live stream, y'all. I am live streamed down all the way, loved it from the first time it came out. I would do a lot of things in my business that was very go hustle. Oh, I can just go live now and make some money. Okay, I'm going to go live now and sign 3 clients. Okay, I'm going to go live now and make 10K, whatever it's going to be. And y'all, I remember 2016, 2017, 2018, like I used to go live like every day and it was making me money, it was bringing me clients, all that type of stuff. But I can remember about 2019 actually investing and working with Alicia and her inviting me to just think about, Kierra, don't just think about the now, right? What this live video that you just did is for right now, right? How long does a Facebook live? We're talking a couple hours max the day, but then it's pretty much gone versus, and you're only thinking about now. So if we get you to think about what assets are you creating that you're going to go ahead and use for 6 weeks, for 6 months, for a year. And so that was something, y'all, I had to grow in. I am like, and when I take action, I'm all in, I'm taking action. But to sit and to think about, wait a minute, how does this contribute to 6 months from now? And then if you think about something I said a few minutes ago with Justina talking about motherhood, that is a space that I'm moving into. And so to think of, and even if not, I'm just getting older, my memory ain't the same and everything. So it's just, I couldn't keep relying on just doing things right now. I truly had to start thinking about beyond just this moment. And so there's so many things about Alicia, but that in particular was something that was so helpful from a friend standpoint, but also from me actually hiring her and working with her, is to really sit and look at my business. And I had assets. It's just that we weren't putting them into funnels. We weren't building them into what she calls sales cycles. And so being able to start to do that was it was a complete change, but really it was a mindset shift for me first, right? That I could understand, why are we doing this? And then she was the like strategy behind it. So there's a lot that I could say about Alicia, but that is definitely something that I love for sure. Something I love about my friend Justina's work. So I actually also have had to have like mindset sessions and stuff with Justina. First of all, the depth of the subconscious work that my friend Justina will do, it's incredible. I can think of so many conversations that I've had with her in professional sessions and the mindset stuff that I didn't even realize I was still going through. Like when I think about, okay, I've built a multiple 6-figure business, and I sit and I think about the things that I still haven't done yet. I think about the things that I used to do and how I used to do them. I think about, Justina mentioned identity in one of our conversations, the identity shifting that I had to do around the next level. I'm going to combine this. Alicia told me once, this is one of those personal moments. I was driving down the street. I think I was coming from getting a manicure and pedicure. And I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't really know what I want to do next. Something like that. And Alicia was like, Kierra, I think that you've actually created the life that you wanted right now, but you don't see that you have. So you're struggling with what's next. Because everything that you have, you literally just came back from a pedicure. I think I had also left the grocery store. You were like, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you're doing something in the middle of the day. You're done with your clients, you've made your money, you're doing your life thing, and you're complaining. You've gotten everything you've prayed for. And I didn't even realize it. So she started it, but then to go into a space with Justina, who's going to do the depth of it, and going into me realizing I've done all these things and been successful, but what is the next level for me? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. And and I know this may sound weird, but it was like, have I actually given myself permission for this next level? I know that I know what to do. I know what to do. I know how to make money. I know this, but it was like, and what's beyond that, and what's beyond that on the personal side. So that's what I love about Justina's work, is that she's going to help you, especially if you are a high achiever, like all of us are. But just speaking on my personal experience, being a high achiever, I can do, but sometimes you got to slow down, and that slowing down felt really weird for me. And so to work with someone like Justina, who was able to help me on a subconscious level realize, why does it why is it hard for you to slow down? Why is it hard for you to allow things to be easier? Why is it hard for you to allow this next level of abundance? Like, you're good. There's no surviving happening. There's all overflow you're living in. Can you allow that for yourself? And if not, what's coming up that's not allowing you to do that? And Justina helps you go deep into that stuff. Like, I can remember sessions of us talking about things I had never acknowledged, I hadn't even thought about in so long, or ever, even in therapy. And I go to therapy. I had therapy yesterday. We go on Fridays, 1 o'clock. And so her work is so much deeper than therapy. And so having subconscious energy, like mindset work with Justina, and because I had sessions with her and my therapist at the same time, and I would bring stuff I would talk about to them in the sessions. Therapy was different than having that supplemental work with Justina. Yeah, that's what I'll say as my top two for the both of you.
So I'm going to piggyback off of Kierra and talk about Justina. So the one thing I already opened the door to it was that the difference between a lot of the collaborative programs and things that you've seen is that they have a very professional relationship with each other. So they are cognitively aware of what the person does, but they've never actually experienced what the person does, which is a completely different construct or just perspective of something. I can sit here and read you, yeah, Justina does, she's gotten people results from this, versus we've all have experienced each other's work because we value it so well, we value the person so well that we're like, girl, I am clay. Do what you do.
Bring it.
Okay. Versus even if you hire a coach or something like that, because you don't know them personally, you're still, what are you going to tell me? Are you giving me crap? What do you like? You're still, but that's not the thing with us. So we've all personally experienced each other's gifting and service. And because we've had those moments of what Tina said, transparency, because we've had these moments of what's going on in my life outside of my business, when things in business are not going the way I want it to go. So you're getting a part that I will never put on social media yet. And so they get it. So now when they see the gifting they're experiencing, they see it from a different perspective. So it's not just a 1D perspective. We've experienced each other 365. Okay. 360 degrees. So with that being said, Justina is the person who opened the door for me to different modalities of healing. Because at the time that I met Tina, I would put myself in the category of, I was still a baby Christian, though I had grew up in church my whole life, but me having my first encounter with the Lord, like Holy Ghost in me, he's talking to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, this was a real thing, not just what I read or watched on TV. That was still relatively new at that time for me. So I was still very sensitive about even things people talked about in church. So if you're talking about laying hands and I'm just like, don't, baby, don't touch me. or people speaking in tongues. I'm like, what is that? Like, I didn't even within the space of Christianity that's supposed to be holy and sanctified, I was still boop. So you think you're gonna come and talk to me about something that's talking about getting into the deeper levels of your subconscious, and we're gonna do this type of protocol and witchcraft? What are you talking about? Like, that's what it sounds like to me. I don't know what you're talking about, girl. So what happened was, because I had already had an established relationship with her, because I knew her character, because I knew her integrity, because I knew her heart, I knew how much of a Jesus centric Bible basics person she was when in the early stages of our friendship, when she decided that she was going to go and get some other modalities up under her belt because she really wanted to lean into the mindset more than the business stuff, she decided she was going to go do splunking work. And I'm like, what's that? So she was trying to tell me it. And so I'm just trying to encourage her. I'm like, okay, girl, you go do you. But I was like, keep it away from me. But the more she would come and talk about how excited she was, what they were talking about, so I'm getting the inside scoop because she's in the classes, she's in the training, she's doing this. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to listen. And then this is also when I discovered like EFT and tapping and things, and I realized that it has nothing to do with what new age thing, blah, 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 blah. And so science and all this other stuff. So she opened the door for me to accept that there are alternatives, and there's actually other things that Holy Spirit had opened me up to that I've told her that I would not have been open to if it hadn't been for her character. And so I know a lot of people, so I'm using me as an example in the terms of, if you're coming from the space of I'm a Christian, I'm this, and only the Holy Spirit can do this, and only God can do this, and only it has to be this way. They didn't have this in the church. They didn't talk about that in the church. Da, 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 so it must be not of God. And to see that even God himself was sending me stuff outside. So I'm getting long-winded, but I just wanted to indicate with Justina, what my favorite thing about what she does is that though she wasn't trying to be disruptive, she wanted to provide help to people because she understood. And this is a person who has a therapy background, y'all. She has a good degree. She understands the importance of therapy and having a counselor and having a psychologist and a psychiatrist or whatever the things that you need. She's a fan of it. She believes in it, and you should still get it too. But she also understands I know there's more, because therapy is not enough. Talk therapy sometimes is not enough, especially when you're combating generational trauma, when you're batting soul ties, when you're battling trauma bonding, when you're like, there's so much stuff. And because the subconscious is so unexplored, that's why people don't go that way, because they don't even realize that your brain is having an entire life outside of the one that you're living. You're living in reality, but your subconscious is having a whole nother reality, and it is loud. So I learned through Tina that if I don't pull out what's going on in the back, because you manifest or you call in, or God will only give you what you think you can have. Like, he wants to give you the world, but if you don't think you can have it, he can't give it to you because he moves on faith. So if my subconscious is saying, nope, don't want it, don't want it, don't want it, don't want it, he hears that. I don't. I'm like, God, why you ain't gave it to me yet? Because my whole subconscious is screaming, I don't want it. So all of that. So that's my favorite thing about Tina. My favorite thing about Kierra and what she does is, y'all heard her talk about embodiment. I want y'all to take whatever you think embodiment is and quadruple it. Okay? Because you want to talk about somebody who can take your avatar and run with it. That is her. And when I tell you she can embody what it is that you're trying to say, she can embody what it is, that to the point where you're just like, can you just record the video for me? because there's no way that I can do that. I'm not going to say it like you. I'm not gonna, I just know that I'm not, because it's not my gifting. So you can tell when someone is super gifted at what they do, to the point where you're just like, okay, girl, I need you to dial it back so that us normal mortals can do it on our own. So her ability to embody your avatar, the ability to embody your messaging, is on a whole nother level. And this is coming from a copywriter. I have to know your avatar. I have to understand your avatar. I have to understand your messaging. I have to understand how you talk. I have to understand your quirks, your stories. I have to know that stuff. And in a way, I have to embody it to an extent, because I have to write it. I have to write the emails, your social media copy. I have to write all that and fuse it with psychological behavior patterns and things like that, and how people make decisions and blah blah blah. So I have to fuse all that together. But when Kierra is in the chat, I look like a beginner. Okay. I am a beginner. And there's nothing wrong with that. So that's why I said, in this program, y'all are going to get this aspect of her gifting. You're going to get Tina's gifting in this, because there's been protocol. I've been able to go to Tina and just be like, this is what's wrong, and I don't know, and da 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 da. And she's tap here, tap there, make sure she will interrupt you in the middle of your tears and be like, make sure you're tap, tap. And I'm just like, so now I'll be boohooing somewhere and I'm like, oh, Tina said I gotta tap while I'm doing it. I gotta tap while I'm doing it. And so they're in my head. And so even when I'm writing my copy, when I'm writing stuff for my own personal stuff, I hear Kierra in my head and she's, go deeper. What is their team thinking? What? I never thought about thinking about what their own team members are thinking about, or what the people around them are thinking about, or what is she thinking about in the bathroom at 3 a.m. She just rolled out of bed and went over there and she still feels down. What is she thinking about? So having them in my head makes a huge difference in how I show up. And literally, I'm like, Kierra, there's so much more. But then we would have a book. We would have a 3 hour 3 hour thing. So, and we're just on question number 2, y'all. Like,
oh my goodness,
how are we going to get through the rest of this?
We may have to break it up, but I'm going to just continue with Miss Kierra. Okay. I have had the lovely opportunity to work with her. You can imagine doing this subconscious healing work and energy work, and how do I get people to understand what they're gonna benefit from all these things. I have had I forget what we call it, but it's like a VIP session with my girl, Kierra. Oh my gosh. And just to watch her in action, again, that embodiment piece, the communication piece, the way she speaks. I love the way she communicates, the way she speaks, how she can just grab and embody the messaging and the deeper messaging. And she just has this beautiful framework that allows you to like walk through all these pieces that are so important to your messaging. Whereas if you will know, oh, I got this piece and that. Whoa, wait a second. There's another piece over here that I need to go so much deeper, and that's going to pull out something so much more, so that my ideal clients will be like, dang, she was in my head, right? That's Kierra. She gets in the head of your ideal clients, and she works with such a diverse body of women. That's like, how do you do that for everybody? So it's just a gift, right? It's a gifting. Part of the mindset work I do, yeah, it can get into the overarching components of like your branding and what you stand for and your values and like those pieces. And I think some of y'all may start there and y'all may think that's enough to get to the messaging. And no, it's not. The messaging it penetrates and goes so much, it goes deeper. And that's what I love about Kierra's work, is how deep she can go in this communication. So another word that's coming up for me is like objections. I think she can even tell what your people are going to be like fighting against. And she's like, oh, we're going to handle that too. Okay. We know these are the pieces they may come up with. We're going to handle those. It's so awesome to just have someone that's thinking ahead of you, has a framework, They know the process. And then she's so super organized. That's another thing too. This girl, I'd be like, what happened with that document? I don't want to go in that Google document. Then she put bookmarks on there too. Why she got to be so organized? Which y'all know is an amazing thing. But my friend Alicia, what I love about her, I don't know if I'm gonna say the right word, but she has this super spider web thinking. Okay. And you need that for your marketing strategy, your marketing plan. And it's very similar to what you said, Kierra, about, okay, this is for today, but what about tomorrow and the next day and the piece over here and the piece over here? It's just like a web of the game plan, pretty much. And she's thinking of all the pieces, some of the pieces that I may want to skip because I just want to deliver the program. I want people to have breakthrough. I want them to shift their mindset. And then she's like, oh, wait a second. You forgot this piece over here. So all of the beautiful components from the funnels and the emails and the onboarding and like all of that is a part of your marketing. You can't just get them in and then now you're still not serving the people. So she has this full comprehensive scope from the initial marketing to your person being served. And not to mention, she's thinking, wait a second, you're one person. How are you doing this all? Let me help you build a team so you can be successful. That's my girl. That's how my girl Alicia thinks. She's not trying to put everything on you. She's very realistic and she's very thoughtful, methodological. I'm sure I didn't say that word right, but that's what I think about when I think about Alicia and what I love about your work.